Welcome to the Fertilizer Academy training course, Fundamentals and Best Practices for Urea Plants Operation and Maintenance. The course program includes 10 lessons covering key topics. Lesson 1. This lesson consists of two key topics: Introduction and Application. In the introduction section, we will discuss the scope of this training course and the notation used throughout the material. The application section will cover how these best practices are implemented, including roles, responsibilities, auditing, and compliance. Lesson 2. This lesson is divided into three main topics. Introduction to urea. Overview of urea's role in industry and its various applications. Physical properties of urea. Key characteristics such as solubility, melting point, density, and caking tendency. Chemical reactions of urea: synthesis, hydrolysis, decomposition, reactions with formaldehyde, and interactions with other chemicals. By the end of this lesson, you will have a comprehensive understanding of how urea behaves under different conditions and why its properties are critical for industrial applications. Lesson 3. This lesson is divided into four main sections, each covering specific hazards associated with urea. Introduction. Fire and explosion hazards. Health hazards. Environmental hazards. Each section will outline specific risks and best practices to ensure safe handling, storage, and use of urea. Lesson 4. In this lesson, we will explore the following key hazard categories in urea production. Introduction: high pressures, low pressures, corrosion and metallurgical failures, hazardous chemicals, fluids that solidify, fire and explosion, high temperature, physical hazards. Each of these sections will identify the nature of the hazard, explain its impact, and present good practice strategies for mitigation. Lesson 5. This lesson introduces key aspects of urea plant design and operational safety. It is structured into 25 topics, each addressing a critical component or system involved in urea production. The content highlights equipment design, integrity management, instrumentation, startup and shutdown procedures, and safety systems throughout the urea plant. Each section provides focused guidance to enhance safe, efficient, and reliable operation. Lesson 6. This lesson explores the most prevalent corrosion phenomena encountered in urea production, along with the materials and practices used to prevent them. You will discover how various forms of corrosion impact equipment integrity, which materials are susceptible, and how appropriate selection and maintenance support safe operation. Lesson 7. This lesson covers all key aspects that influence the final quality of urea product. It begins with an introduction to product quality and continues through key specification parameters, biurea content, and physical quality factors such as hardness and resistance to caking. It also explores particle size, water vapor pressure, the role of additives, and strategies for minimizing product segregation. Together, these topics define how to produce urea that meets both mechanical and chemical standards required by the market. Lesson 8. This lesson explores the key considerations in managing solid urea after production. It includes guidance on handling and storing urea to maintain product quality, addresses challenges during blending with other fertilizers, and highlights precautions needed to prevent cross-contamination in multi-product storage facilities. Environmental aspects related to dust, runoff, and emissions are also covered. Lesson 9. This lesson addresses the key environmental risks associated with the production, handling, and storage of urea and ammonia. It explores both atmospheric and liquid emissions, as well as emissions to ground. The lesson also examines the significance of dust and gas control, proper management of liquid discharges, and the necessity of routine emission monitoring to ensure regulatory compliance and environmental protection. Lesson 10. This summary presents the core mandatory technical requirements covered throughout the training. It includes essential measures for controlling emissions to air, water and ground, as well as requirements for containment, monitoring, treatment and reuse of process materials. These requirements focus on safe plant operation, environmental protection and equipment integrity. Only requirements of a technical nature are included here. Operational management practices and administrative obligations are not part of this summary. End of content.